Welcome to Making the Most of Your NCFR Conference, a Guide for Students webcast. I am Cindy Winter, NCFR Conference Consultant. This webcast is designed for students and new professionals. However, it is equally helpful for all who are presenting at the conference. The webcast is presented by Katie Barrow, Ph.D., CFLE, Assistant Professor at Louisiana Tech University, and Jessica Fish, Ph.D., Postdoctoral Research Fellow at the University of Texas at Austin and Visiting Assistant Professor at the University of Maryland, who are both NCFR student and new professional program representatives. This webcast is designed to give helpful hints for presenters, presiders, and facilitators for paper, symposium, and poster formats from planning and preparing to presenting at the conference to ensure that you have an excellent presentation. There are also tips for a successful overall conference experience for you. Katie and Jessica will now begin.
Hi everyone, I, Katie Barrow, along with Jessica Fish, are very excited to be speaking with you today about how to make the most of attending your very first NCFR conference. So right, great news. Okay, you get to go to the NCFR conference. Now, NCFR really is a truly wonderful conference because there are many ways that you get to be involved. So I think one of the most popular ways that people think of getting involved is presenting your work. And during this presentation today, we will talk about a few of the formats in which you can present your work. But you can also volunteer your time to make sure that the conference and the various sessions run smoothly. You can attend focus groups and section member meetings to meet other scholars and students who share your similar interests. You can attend newcomers receptions and other social events to meet S&Ps, which stands for Students and New Professionals, and other first-time conference attendees. You can also attend the President's Reception and the University Reception, and we'll talk a little bit more about these towards the end of the presentation. But also, attending the conference does provide some really great benefits, such as the opportunity to advance your career, right? Because you can get your work noticed and out there by presenting it at a session and getting the chance to talk about it. You have the chance to learn more about NCFR as an organization and become a member. You'll get to be, involved with a premier group that is really well known for all of the great work it does surrounding families. You get the chance, of course, to meet some wonderful new people and see some old friends and colleagues, which I think is one of the most exciting things I find about returning to the conference year after year, is it really does feel like home because I've made so many new acquaintances and new friends at this conference, and I really do love going back every year. But also, too, you get the opportunity to check out some cutting-edge research and some new publications, which are available at the exhibits throughout the conference.
So talking about presenting your work at the NCFR conference, NCFR is an incredibly welcoming environment for students and new professionals and provides a lot of professional development opportunities for S&Ps. Roughly 70% of students and new professionals, their submissions are accepted to the NCFR annual conference. NCFR was actually the first national conference where I presented my research as a student, and having been to other national conferences since then, I'm glad that my first research presentation was in such a welcoming and supportive environment. And there are various presentation formats to present your work at the conference. We'll go into more detail as to what these formats entail throughout the presentation, but for a brief overview, these are poster presentations, which are a visual representation of your research and your work. Paper presentations, which include concurrent sessions and lightning paper sessions where papers are grouped by topics. Roundtables are a more informal way of discussing research or teaching topics, where each table has a designated topic, and audience members rotate to 2 or 3 different tables during the session to actively participate in discussions with other students, scholars, and practitioners. Symposia, which represent a unique paper presentation format, are 3 to 4 papers on a similar topic that are presented together in a single concurrent session. These sessions often culminate with reflections from a discussant who is an expert in the presentation topic.